cooperative synthesis of give and take.
Yeah. So what are you talking about?
I'm talking about the crossroad between fate and destiny.
As
a
story.
As a
New York story.
As a guideline for life, I think that this crossroad presents itself in New York City because people go there to realize their dreams. You know, they go there to become themselves.
It's an open playing field.
It's an open playing field, and
money.
And then there's
and destiny.
It's about money and destiny, but I think people, get caught up in that sort of exaggerated form that says if I make it in New York, I can make it anywhere. But what's make it? What is making it? What's being successful? Is being successful, making enough money to beat the man, to get on top? Or is it about becoming the essence of your humanity?
How about changing the world?
Changing the world. But how about being called into the world? So that to know yourself is to love the world.
If you wait for the call, you'll never get the call.
Well, it's not about waiting. It's that place of quickening. It's that place where...
Quickening.
It's the place of quickening.
What's the place of quickening? How do you get the call?
It's the creative tension. It's the being open.
Yeah.
It's
forcing yourself upon the world too. You have to force yourself on the world.
You have to move into it. I don't like the word force yourself into it. You've got to be willing.
Well, move into it with force.
It's like
you have to move into it with force.
It's like an alert receptivity. You've got to be alert receptivity. It's not about passivity. It's not about waiting. It's about being alert and moving into it. Moving into it. And it's too simplistic to say you meet the opportunity. But there is some of that. You are meeting the window that opens.
You're being available.
You're being available.
But you still have to make yourself get in the right venue to be available in. I mean, you can be available on the street.
This is true. This is true.
You get nowhere.
This is true. And I think this is where there is possibility in connection, meaning connecting people with connections, and then there's the usury. Then there's the usury of that.
Yeah, the two of those are they run through the gamut of absurdity. Everybody is overconnected.
Right.
Overusing.
Right. Instead of allowing those to be open windows, where you can expand the vision through that opportunity.
You have to have your source. Your gift has to be. You have to push your gift out into the world.
That's right. And I think the connections are actually the collaborations calling you out. It's like a synthesis, a web, a neuro system that says, I connect with you. You're my tribe. You're my like-minded soul. We can do something together, that I can't do alone. And when you see me and I see you, something else happens. 2 becomes 3, 3 becomes 4, 4 becomes 5. And it builds community.
If you believe that people should be allowed to be themselves, and you should be allowed to be themselves, and how can you connect with them to get them to see the collaboration or the amalgamation of energies as a dynamic?
I think and certainly a place that I feel limited is in that place of deep listening. My enthusiasm sometimes will fire me into the beyond, where that deep listening is really the seedbed of collaboration. Because when you truly connect with somebody, there is a new life in that. There's something that wants to come alive, that wants to be expanded, that wants to be broadened, creatively. I mean, all we have to do is look at the basic, conception, penetration. There's a receiving and there's a penetration. And it's through that quickening that birth, that's where it is. That's where the aliveness is.
Hence the word marriage.
Yeah, I
Commitment.
think that's where...
Love and commitment.
I
sharing.
think. And at the very least, there's a momentary silence there that is not unlike the turning of the tide, where the ebb and the flow meet. You know, what is the difference between where does, I mean, I've said this so many times, to me it sounds hackneyed, but where does the darkness become light? Where does the light become dark? It's that place. Where is that place of quickening where the tide turns? It's in that moment that that's the moment for me that excites me.
Natural forces don't.
But this is a metaphor. But this is a
metaphor, right?
This is a metaphor that says, when is the time still enough to receive new life, to begin? When is there? When is it ready?
The time is now.
The time is now.